24th. Okay. Okay, I would like to call the Warwick County School Board Corporation August 24th meeting to order. If you would all please, wow, we have an echo. I apologize. If you would all stand for a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
And if you would, during your moment of silence, please remember Rich Wooten and his family. Rich was a longtime homeschool advisor at Logue and Tennyson Elementary and passed away a few weeks ago. So please remember Mr. Rich Wooten.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. That will take us to agenda item number 4, patron concerns on any topic. There's no patrons that signed up in the sign-up sheet, and I see no patrons, so we'll move on to agenda item number 5, consideration of routine items. Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Mosby. The routine items this evening include the minutes of the August 10th, 2020 board meeting, approve the claim, sign the docket, and approve the request for professional leave. I recommend the board approve the routine items as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Sorry, I didn't have my mic on. The motion is carried 7-0. Agenda item number 6, consideration of items for board action. 6A, consider approving revised teacher appreciation grant. Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Mosby. Dr. Walter Lambert, Director of Secondary Curriculum and Instruction, has provided you a copy of proposed updates to the Teacher Appreciation Grant policy. The review and revisions are required each year by statute. Policy and Curriculum Committee have reviewed and approved the revised policy. I recommend the board approve the revised Teacher Appreciation Grant policy as presented.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any questions or discussion?
Tim, just as clarification, Walter, the only changes are just to change the numbers, correct?
Just the dates.
The dates, that's all it is.
Any other questions? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Item 6B, consider accepting donations to Tecumseh High School. Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Mosby. In your board packet, you'll find 2 requests from Tecumseh High School Principal, Mr. Jason Fisher, to accept donations to Tecumseh High School. The first is a $1,000 cash donation from Dwayne Deutsch to purchase items for the school nurse. The second is a $750 cash donation from PASS to be used to purchase 2-way radios. I recommend the board accept both donations as presented.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, motion carried. Item 6C, consider accepting donations to Elberfeld Elementary School. Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Mosby. In your board packet, you'll find 2 requests from Elberfeld Elementary Principal, Mr. Josh Susett, to accept 2 donations. The first is a $3,000 cash donation from United Fellowship Community Church. The donation will be used to purchase new stage and microphone equipment for the music department. The second is a $1,100 cash donation from an anonymous donor. The funds will be used to purchase a temperature screening and facial recognition station for the school. I recommend the board accept the donations as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Item 6D, consider accepting donations to Tecumseh High and Middle Schools. Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Mosby. In your packet, you'll find a request from Tecumseh High School Principal, Mr. Jason Fisher, to accept 2 donations to the Tecumseh High School and Middle School facilities. The first donation is $2,000 of asphalt from Metzger Construction. The second donation is $2,000 of asphalt labor donated by Affordable Asphalt. I recommend the board accept both donations as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Item 6E, consider accepting donations to Boonville High School. Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Mosby. In your board packet, you'll find a request from Mrs. Julie Kemp, Boonville Middle School principal, to accept donations. Tri-Kappa is making a $1,500 cash donation. $500 of the donation is to be used to support the Girl Talk Club. The remaining $1,000 will be used to purchase a new dryer for the T-shirt shop. I recommend the board accept the donation as presented.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Agenda item 7, consideration of personnel recommendations. Mr. Doug Gresham.
Thank you, Mr. Mosby. The Human Resource Office has the following business to bring before the board tonight. Agenda item 7A, consider employment of the following certified positions: Rebecca Warshide, preschool teacher at Logue Elementary, and the following support staff positions: Shelley Farmer, temporary program assistant at Boonville Middle School for the 2020-21 school year; Terry West, 6.5-hour cafeteria employee at Castle High School; Christy Ulrey, temporary library assistant at Boonville Middle School; and Kelsey Jackson, temporary program assistant at Newburgh Elementary.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any questions or discussion on these positions? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Agenda item 7B, leave requests. Ann Swinford, program assistant at Castle South Middle School, is requesting a personal leave of absence beginning August 10th, 2020, with anticipated return date of November 2nd, 2020, to cover a maternity leave at Castle South Middle School. Megan Graham, temporary program assistant at Oakdale Elementary, is requesting a personal leave of absence beginning August 10th, 2020, with anticipated return date of September 8th, 2020, to cover a maternity leave at Oakdale Elementary. Nancy Lauderdale, bus driver, is requesting an unpaid medical leave of absence beginning August 11th, 2020, with anticipated return date of September 14th, 2020. Catherine Dubiak, Title I teacher at Oakdale Elementary, was previously approved for maternity leave of absence using only sick days beginning July 1st, 2020, with anticipated return date of September 8th, 2020. Like to amend using sick and personal days and FMLA. Danielle Slayton, 4th grade teacher at Logue Elementary, is requesting to amend her previously approved maternity leave of absence beginning August 12th, 2020, with an anticipated return date of November 19th, 2020. The new beginning date will be August 10th, 2020, using sick and personal days and FMLA. Jacqueline Chambliss, program assistant at Castleworth Middle School, is requesting a personal leave of absence beginning August 10th, 2020, with an anticipated return date of January 4th, 2021, to cover medical leave at Castleworth Middle School. Peggy Merriman, bus driver, is requesting an unpaid personal leave of absence beginning August 12th, 2020, with an anticipated return date of September 13th, 2020. Christy Health, special education teacher, is requesting an FMLA through the Families First Coronavirus Response Act beginning August 10th, 2020, with an anticipated return date of October 5th, 2020, using FFCRA, sick and personal days, and unpaid. Mandy Warble, custodian of Boonville Middle School, is requesting an extension to her previously approved medical leave of absence beginning June 10th, 2020, with an anticipated return date of August 30th, 2020. The new anticipated return date will be October 13th, 2020. This will be unpaid. Tammy Ireland, bus driver, is requesting an unpaid personal leave of absence beginning September 8th, 2020, with an anticipated return date of September 7th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Item 7C, resignations. Stephanie Thomas, 3.25-hour cafeteria employee at John H. Castle Elementary, resignation effective August 10th, 2020. Matthew Olbert, business teacher at Tecumseh High School, resignation effective September 4th, 2020. Sarah Fisher, 6.5-hour cafeteria employee at Castle South Middle School, resignation effective August 17th, 2020. Cameron Spratt, program assistant at Boonville High School, resignation effective August 17th, 2020. Maria Woodworth, program assistant at Yanktown Elementary, resignation effective August 28th, 2020. Melissa Byers, program assistant at Newburgh Elementary, resignation effective August 28th, 2020. And agenda item 7D, retirements. Grover Tolis, 5th grade teacher at Newburgh Elementary, retirement effective August 13th, 2020. Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Thank you, Doug. That takes us to agenda item number 8, reports. Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Mosby. This evening, I just want to report
Now, will be in active buildings and we can have rural grounds. We wanted to ultimately focus on technology. So the group building, I think we went this morning with them, indicated that multiple staff members have different sections. What we're trying to do is let the teachers go things that they need, rather than saying it's this for everybody, for all levels, but some voice in what we learn. And then further, in collaboration with their family teams or area teams.
And we're also getting input from the teachers as to what types of activities and things they'd like to see. So,
And another question, school buses. All that work good transportation wise with the math and
so far that has worked out very well. A few issues.
are the buses being used?
I haven't talked to Mr. Flowers if ridership has picked up since early the first couple days or not.
It was, I mean, talked a little bit, it's not where it was last year. It's still early though, as we transition, how many students getting back on the general education. It's the hard work right now.
Right. And we do appreciate that. Remind everybody, we ask parents if you could transport your kids this year, that would be very beneficial to us so that we could better social distance kids on buses. So we appreciate that. And to date, it's working well. I know Brian's talked about a couple of buses where he's getting full, but at this point in time, transportation has gone very well. Hats off to the principals at the buildings. First couple of days, drop off and pick up had some long lines, but they have modified plans and those are all working very smoothly now.
So we received a report on the enrollment. Do we feel like we've got things where they need to be? Are they still evaluating what's going on? And
the issue as far as enrollment staffing, that is to be, we're just going to continue to do that throughout the year. Getting more kids going virtual for whatever reason. I think there's several reasons, but we've seen more kids go from physical attendance to virtual than the other. So, but as of now, and I know Mr. President monitors the virtual elementary classes very closely, the numbers are getting up there again. But we look at those, and if we need to make adjustments, then we will.
we had a discussion for kids who are virtual. They do have the option, if that's not working out, once during the 9 weeks to decide to come back, or vice versa. Is that correct?
That is correct. If they start out live streaming or virtual and they want to physically attend, then we allow it. What we can't have happen is a kid be virtual 1 week, present next week, virtual next week, and then physical again next, because that's too hard. Logistically, it's too hard on the teachers. So we're asking if they want to make a switch, we'll let them do it one time, but they're locked in for at least a 9 week grading period. And so far, that has worked well.
Any other discussion? Any questions for this, Mr. Snyder? Now we'll move on to agenda item 9, other board business. Any board members have any board business?
We have a personnel contract committee meeting September 14th at 6 o'clock here. And we have a career and pathway on, is our construction meeting on Wednesday, Mr. Baker? What?
Wednesday the 9th.
No, it'll be the 15th or 16th.
Is it the 15th? What? 16th.
15th is 16th is a Wednesday. Mm-hmm.
So it's the 16th? Okay.
So the career and pathway will be the 16th at 9 o'clock at the administration building. And the personnel contract will be here 14th.
like to make a motion to hire Michael Adamson of the Indiana School Board Association to assist with our superintendent search.
I second that motion.
I have a motion and a second to hire Michael Adamson from the Indiana School Board Association to assist the Warwick County School Board in their superintendent search that we have to do. Is there any questions or discussion from any other board members?
Mr. President, just point of discussion for record, I want to make sure that, for the record, that we vetted a couple different people, okay, for the process. And originally, I think some of us were thinking, oh, we want to pay, this is a service, to charge a little something. I think very, very small amount for the services that either one of these is going to do. And personally, I want to say it's very worth it. I think it's under like $1,000. So for the position that we're hiring for and looking for, not having the burden, know how to do it, doing it in a very professional manner, I think it's a really good thing that Mr. Snyder prepared for us to kind of meet these guys. And I'm glad we're doing it. I just want to make sure on the record.
And any other comments?
It's $2,500.
Yeah, I thought it was $2,500 charge. Very,
Yeah.
yes. If not, all in favor, I'm sorry, go ahead. No, we haven't voted yet. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. I will contact him in the morning. Any other board business, Brenda?
Announce the invitation to special education meeting will be September the 15th at 9 a.m. And don't know positive if it's going to be virtual or if it's going to be in person yet. We'll work that out.
We have a policy and curriculum meeting here on September 14th at 6 p.m.
Okay. I didn't realize we were doing it at 9 o'clock in the morning. I thought
We had changed it till 9 at the last meeting.
That's right.
Because someone else had another meeting prior.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Any other business from any of the board members?
I think we said construction at 7:30 at the administration office. And I'm not sure. I want to make sure we have that.
Yes. Followed at 9 a.m. by Career Pathways.
Correct. Thank you.
All right. Is that it? Agenda item 10, patron concerns on the above agenda items. Anyone have any comments? I would like to say for people watching, you're welcome to call the superintendent's office with any questions. Mr. Snyder would be happy to address any concerns or questions that you have on any of the business that we have done here tonight. So, you have anything else, Mr. Snyder?
I'm good.
Then we are adjourned. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay.